there it is. So that little stretch of green right there that's separating the east from the west side of Manhattan, what do we call that again? What's the name?
I believe we call that Central Park.
Right, Central
Did
Park.
you know that more than 42 million people visit Central Park every year?
For real. It is like the most visited urban park in America.
That's true. I've lost track of how many times I've been there. Do you know how many times you've been there?
I don't know. I live right near Prospect Park, so I tend to stay in Brooklyn more.
Well, that's the little sister.
But it is the little sister. Both of them designed by the same guy, by Olmsted.
Good for him.
They're fantastic. But listen. We have got a way for you to learn some secrets about Central Park. The next time you take a stroll there, it is a TikToker and New York City tour guide and travel historian, Megan Marod. Welcome, Megan. Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
I know. We had a lot to say before we got to you, so hello.
Hello.
Thank you for waiting.
We were eating pizza. We were traversing the studio. We're exhausted, so please, tell us. This segment is called New Yorkers in the Know.
Yeah.
You're a New Yorker. You're in the know, and it all unfolds on TikTok, the Megan Daily.
Yes, so I'm a licensed New York City tour guide. I was also a history major in college, and I also moved to New York City to perform and try to become a Broadway star. And I found that creating content on platforms like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube were really, really great ways of combining all of my passions and helping other New Yorkers and guests learn about New York City.
I'm so glad you said this because JD had a wonderful epiphany this morning. Do you want to share with the class about your ability to relay information to children about things that are interesting or not interesting?
Yeah, so all of I watch your TikTok and I love it, and I find, but I know a lot of that information as a New Yorker. But if I tried to tell my kids this information, they'd be like, "Oh, Dad, just shut up." But they love you. They will watch you relay the same information over and over again. So I like this. This is a way for like the old man in me to be satisfied by letting you. So let's talk a little bit about some of the secrets. Like there are literally waterfalls in Central Park. I don't think most people know that.
I didn't.
Yeah, I think even a lot of locals are very surprised to learn that there are waterfalls in Central Park. One of the beautiful things about Central Park is that it was designed to look like wilderness. This was to give New Yorkers in the mid-1800s who didn't have a lot of money and couldn't leave the city during those hot, muggy summer months a chance to experience what the Adirondack Mountains might have felt like. I've personally never been to the Adirondacks.
It's lovely this time of year.
I hear it's lovely. So I don't know what an Adirondack fan would say, but I really love these waterfalls. I think you get this beautiful sense of serenity, and two of the most famous are in the Ramble, and one of them is up near 103rd Street by the Lock.
The Lock. I don't even know what the Lock is. But you know what the lamppost is, and apparently there are messages on the lamppost throughout Central Park?
Yes, the lampposts speak to you in code. They let you know where in the park you are. Every lamppost has a little plaque that has 4 numbers on it. The first 2 numbers tell you the cross street that you are the nearest to. The cross streets, of course, the streets that run east to west or west east. So if those first 2 numbers, for example, are 72, you are near 72nd Street. And the second 2 numbers let you know if you're on the east side or the west side. If the numbers are odd, you're on the west side. If they're even, you're on the east side. And the lower the number is, the closer you are to an exit of the park.
Okay, my mind is blown. You knew this?
No, I did know this, but it's not one of those things I use very often to navigate, but it's such a great, valuable tool.
I'm gonna have to write that down. Wow, that is
there's also, by the way, there's also like secret gardens in the park, like places you wouldn't stumble across unless you kind of knew they were there.
Exactly. There's several secret gardens, but one of my favorite secret gardens actually has a tribute to the novel The Secret Garden in it. It's called the Burnett Fountain, named for the author of The Secret Garden. So that you find this, it's up in Conservatory Garden. The entrance is near like 105th Street and 5th Avenue. Conservatory Garden is technically 3 gardens. There's an English garden, an Italian garden, and a French garden. The English is the furthest south, and in the middle of the English garden, you will find this fountain that has 2 figures that are reminiscent of Mary and Dickon from The Secret Garden.
I love this for all of us. There's a statue in Bethesda Fountain, and it has a secret history to it.
Yes. So I think one of the most recognizable areas of Central Park is Bethesda Terrace. People recognize it from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Elf, Gossip Girl, Avengers, like you name it. It's been featured in every movie filmed in New York City. But the centerpiece is this fountain called the Angel of the Waters. It was designed by a woman, Emma Stebbins. First major work of public art in New York City that was commissioned for a woman to make. So yay, woman power. But when it was originally unveiled, New Yorkers looked at it and they were flabbergasted. And this is because...
Did they literally fan themselves like that? They were like,
I don't know. I picture them all like fainting. And the legend is, it's because the angel is showing her ankle.
Oh no, not the ankle.
But it was
scandalous.
It was 1873,
Scandalous.
so it was the equivalent of Miley Cyrus on her wrecking ball.
Oh my gosh. If that's not enough, there's something nefarious in the Central Park Zoo, or just cool and interesting?
Right?
Well, I don't know if it's nefarious.
Not left by Robert Kennedy Jr., I swear.
There is a bear and Central Park.
Okay.
So the funny story about the origins of Central Park, it wasn't originally part of the park, but allegedly it got its origins because in 1859, somebody left a bear chained to a tree. And after that, people started leaving other exotic animals, everything from a crane to a peacock to a goldfish, which I really hope was in a bowl.
In a bowl.
And eventually they were like, let's make a zoo. And today's zoo, I believe, dates back to 1934.
Let's make
That's
a
the
zoo.
most New York thing ever. It's like a couple of guys are like, hey, somebody left a bear here. Somebody left a peacock. Let's just make a zoo. Let's just make a zoo out of this. Megan, thank you so much.